Just explain to us, like, when and why did it start, and expand on that.
It started with my son Michael Pearce. He started to get friendly with certain people around the estate, and afterwards we found out it was some of the people from some of the gangs that run the Heartsease estate. They were bullying him, and every time he went out they kept attacking him. So in the end he never went out anymore, and then when he wasn't going out and they found that they couldn't get to him by him going out on the street, they then started to attack the house. And they smashed the car windows. I've had 5 or 6 car windows had to be replaced. A couple of house windows. They've had we've had bricks, we've had stones, all sorts. And they put a firework through the letterbox one night. They tried to nick 3 motorbikes. They've done all sorts.
And they've just persecuted him for no reason, really.
For no reason. It's just rumours. Somebody didn't like his face. His face didn't fit.
Just because
he wouldn't join the gang, as in that he wouldn't roam the streets with them and get up to anything. And because his face didn't fit, they decided that they'd pick on him.
How do you think it affected him particularly?
It affected him very, very badly.
Yeah.
He was a very outgoing boy. He had a push bike. He'd be out on his push bike all day long. He didn't like being indoors. He liked being out of doors. And from the time that went on, he never stepped foot outside the door for 3 years, and it really changed him.
And as a mother, how did it affect you?
To start with, I don't think I took it too seriously. It was only when they started to attack the house I realised how bad things had got.
Exactly.
And I've tried to get help for him, and there is no help out there. And he's really suffered badly because he will not go out on his own anymore.
Exactly. So it's not really a short-term thing. It's actually affected him long-term.
It has affected him badly. He was such a happy-go-lucky young lad. You know, he was overly friendly, and now he's just a totally different person.
Wow. And obviously you turned to the police, and how do you think they coped with it? Did you think they took it seriously, or helped you, or gave you any support? Or?
No.
None at all?
They gave me no support whatsoever. Every time I reported it, I mean, when it first started, it was sort of like maybe once a fortnight, once every 3 weeks, and it gradually, as the kids were getting away with it, so it increased. And every time I reported it to the police, at first it used to take them 5 or 6 days to come round to take a statement, and in the end the police got fed up with it and said, well, why didn't I get off the estate? Why didn't I move?
And in general, bullying, do you think it's got worse, or do you think it's getting better? Do you think people are able to handle it better, or do you think it's just exactly the same, it's just been left?
No, I think it's got far worse, because there's nothing being done to the youths. They know they can get away with it. The younger children are looking to see what the older lads are doing, and the lads know exactly what to say and what to do when they do get dragged into the police station.
Well, basically from that, it was my mum that found my bike the next morning over on the field, on its stand, displayed proudly.
Even though the police were aware of it.
Yes, they were. My mum phoned me up because she had a mobile with her and was walking a dog over on the field. And about 7:30 in the morning, I just jumped up, ran over there. And there it was. And the grass stain all around it was basically burnt because I filled the petrol up the day before. They couldn't get the bike going, so they cut the fuel line and set it alight. Underneath was the tools they tried to use to obviously get it going, and they couldn't. And with my mobile, my mum's mobile, I can't remember which, I phoned the police up. Because I'd phoned them up the night before to say it was gone. I think me and my mum even drove around for about an hour or so on the estate trying to find it. So I phoned them up that morning, and yes, a police officer will be out, but they don't know when. And for some reason I'd picked up my digital camera because I was then thinking insurance. I then got back to my bike, and we waited an hour and 45 minutes.
Hour and 45 minutes?
I was so adamant I wasn't going to leave my bike.
Yeah.
It was my baby, my pride and joy, and it was heartbreaking to see how much it had melted, the tyres melted, the amount of heat that obviously went through it because the tank had literally ruptured from its normal kind of position. Okay,
and that kind of incident, do you think it would have been avoided if we had, for example, as Bert said, if we had wardens about, or...?
I'm a great believer in